Let's welcome in GOP Tennessee Congressman Chuck Fleischmann to talk about, well, what exactly is going on with the polls and the president. Great to have you with us, Congressman. Thanks for joining me today.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
So he's off on this multi-day tour in Asia. We're here at home. We just shared the recent poll numbers sinking. I know in your state of Tennessee, you've been even tweeting about the gas prices hitting record highs. Despite the president and the left's, efforts to focus on, abortion, it seems that the economy will still be a major focus for Americans, no matter how hard they want to distract us.
Absolutely. The economy is critically important. Families are hurting. Communities are hurting, and it's all needless. This is the direct result of the attack of the Biden administration from day one on the free enterprise system, on all of the great things that we had in place under the Trump administration. It's amazing. I wake up every day and I'm just shocked that we have gone from being in a great position under the previous administration to the disastrous position we're in right now. Every decision he makes is wrong. It's amazing. He can't get one right. They can't get one right. And I think it's their fundamental ethos that is flawed. The American people are rejecting Joe Biden. He's not at 39%. He's a lot lower than that. This is an abject failure, and I'm outraged.
Yeah, and the fact they continue to blame Putin for those rising gas prices when they're canceling leases, Keystone Pipeline, we could go on and on. But just yesterday, I want to get your reaction to this. Senator Josh Hawley questioning the Secretary of Energy over these rising gas prices. Let's listen and get your reaction.
You can thank the activity of Vladimir Putin for invading Ukraine and pulling essentially those barrels.
With all due respect, Madam Secretary, that's utter nonsense. In January of 2021, the average gas price in my state was $2.07. 8 months later, long before Vladimir Putin invaded Ukraine, that price was up over 30%, and it has been going up consistently since. What are you doing to reverse this administration's policies that are drawing down our own supply of energy in this country, that are throttling oil and gas production in the United States of America? What are you doing about it?
With respect, sir, it is not administration policies that have affected supply and demand.
How can you say that when the price of gas was up over 30% from January to... you answer my question.
I mean, this is where we're at in America under Biden. It's getting heated, Congressman.
Well, and it should be heated. From the inception, they kept giving Biden and his minions pass after pass after pass as he was undoing successful Trump-era policies, as he was attacking the free enterprise system, as he was destroying our ability. Think about this. On energy, new oil and gas leases in Alaska and the Gulf of Mexico canceled by Joe Biden. Shocking. This is wrong. The American people ought to be outraged. They're feeling it at the pump. They're feeling it in the grocery store. They're feeling it around the table. There's concern and angst, and there should be. This is an administration that is beyond rudderless and confused. They're rudderless and wrong, and they're not stopping. They continue to listen to their left-wing minions who have absolutely no respect for the free enterprise system. Joe Biden needs to get corporate leaders in the White House right away, dealing with supply issues and supply chains. We need to make sure that American entrepreneurs who've made this country great for years, the free enterprise system, and yes, capitalism, Joe Biden, it's a good word. Profit is a good word. Get people in there and get this country back on track. We're going to continue to sink under Joe Biden unless something is done. We're doing the best we can in the House. I'm doing all I can as one lone member of the House on the Appropriations Committee. But we've got to do better. We've got to have a complete reversal in course. I just don't see it coming from this president.
And it's astonishing sometimes, and, no respect, as you say, and also no regard for the families and the mothers. I mean, baby formula in Biden's America. On Monday, we have the FDA commissioner, Congressman, saying there's plenty of formula. It's going to get better in a few weeks. Really? We have video that went viral of two moms arguing in Target over who could get the baby formula formula. I mean, this is not where we expect America to be. We're showing bare shelves here. And now, Congressman, let's show you Mexico. This was just days ago. A Mexican store in Piedras Negras, just south of our border, fully stocked. No moms in Mexico are fighting. And yet, even when you have the migrants crossing into our country illegally, guess what? They also get formula because Biden's administration sent it to the border facilities. This just seems completely upside down.
It is upside down, and it's really the fundamental ethos of this administration and the radical left that has gotten a hold of them. And let me say it this way. If you were a farmer, you'd go out and you'd say, I've got a field. I want to plow it. I want to fertilize it. I want to nurture it and have it grow. That is our economy. Excuse the metaphor, but that is our economy. And what he has basically done is he's salted the fields and he's thrown away everything else. It's unbelievable, the precipitous attacks that they've had on the free enterprise system across the board. And any time he goes for solutions, he goes to government bureaucrats and people who believe in big government. I believe in the free enterprise system. I believe in hardworking Americans and entrepreneurs. These are the people going to bring our country roaring back. Unfortunately, every decision they're making, whether it's on energy, foreign policy, domestic policy, Title 42 is an outrage. It's shocking. They want to reverse this. Guess what? That's not going to be 1 million more. That's going to be probably closer to 2 million more illegal immigrants pouring over a porous border. Outrageous, wrong, it needs to be stopped.
Yeah, and that decision is in the fate of a judge's hands on Title 42. We wait for that. Also, speaking of what hangs in the fate here is that unprecedented leaked draft on Roe. I know you are the ranking member of Homeland Security Committee, so I want to ask you about this because, you know, the Supreme Court could come back even as early as Monday with its ruling on Roe v. Wade. But now we have the Department of Homeland Security warning that the Supreme Court justices were threatened with murder if it's overturned. There's actually reports there from this memo that came out. According to NBC, some of these threats discussed burning down or storming the U.S. Supreme Court, murdering justices, clerks, members of Congress. These are all the things that came out from DHS. We've already seen protests at their homes. That was not stopped, but yet encouraged by the White House, sir. And then we hear Justice Clarence Thomas saying, you know, the leak affects the court. He wonders how long we're going to have institutions. Those are his words. And at the rate we're undermining him, that's Clarence Thomas saying, you know, when they're gone or destabilized, he says, what are we going to have as a country? Where do you come down on all this and the severity of this leaked draft?
Well, as you know, I'm an appropriator and I am the ranking member on Homeland Security Appropriations. I'm a lawyer and an American first. As a lawyer, respect for our institutions, especially the Supreme Court and our justice system, is critically important. There ought to be a national outcry and outrage that justices at any court would be threatened in any way, shape, or form. There needs to be a universal condemnation against any form of violence against anybody on the bench. We need an independent American judiciary that without fear or favor will render their opinions. The fact that there was a leak from the Supreme Court. Now, the American people have to understand this. This is going to degrade the credibility of the court, not only on this decision, but in future decisions. The fact that the clerks are allowing this to happen, that it happened in this court, Justice Roberts needs to look internally, punish this. This is unforgivable. It's wrong. It has hurt the court. But in terms of Roe versus Wade, it needs to go. It's wrong. It is flawed constitutional law. I'm avowedly pro-life, so I'm going to be very honest with your viewers. I've opposed Roe for years, but as a lawyer, I've opposed it for other reasons. It's constitutionally flawed precedent. And I
think that, and we're just about out of time, but I think that was Justice Alito's draft leak there, which basically said we really didn't have a right to do this beginning. It was very clear. It was very, concise there in what was leaked in that draft, which, as you said, we still don't know who did it. And obviously the reverberations will be immense here, as the court should never have been put in this position. Congressman Chuck Fleischmann, we're out of time. Got to leave it there. But thank you so much for your insight today. Great having you on with us.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.